Okay, so we played absolutely atrociously passively that game. I bitched and whined to basically, um, I suppose, sate my frustration and not immediately dive in. So yeah, maybe I should just sit there and complain. Maybe I should just, find a sweet spot and then start bitching and complaining to vent my frustrations at not being in the center of the battle. You're here, you're listening. I can make use of it. I might say something funny once in a while. But, yeah. I think destroyers need to be nerfed, or at least torpedoes need to be looked at considerably. Because there's way too much shit in this game that encourages you to play like an absolute fucking coward, and not a whole lot that, not a whole lot that you can do to actually affect the match as an individual in the vast majority of fucking ships that there are. You're more, you're better together, but being together with your team does not actually really highlight your individual strengths, as there's no real point in actually, specifying in a singular ship. They have roles, yes, but the individual use of those roles, aside from destroyers and literally everyone else, doesn't really seem to matter. It seems like, honestly, I thought about this beforehand, or, I thought about this during the beta, considering that battleships were absolutely atrociously useless in beta at high tiers. Honestly, it felt like you could probably play a competitive game of World of Warships with just destroyers, cruisers, and aircraft carriers. You didn't need battleships at all. You'd probably actually get more shit done like that, too, with less casualties. A battleship is really big and scary, however, under most circumstances, they're not all that effective. They're just a big distraction, which can be taken out fairly quickly by a lot of things in this game. So I suppose maybe torpedo damage needs to be reduced. Or the number of torpedoes. Actually, no. That's historical, you can't really fuck with that. But at least the effectiveness of torpedoes, or the immense damage potential of them, needs to be toned down. Because we really need something that we can actually, we need to actually feel safe enough to push. Or this game is just going to be a stagnant mess. Oh, hit the shift key. My bad! Also, I'm shooting HE. At a Königsberg. That's 3. Wrong button. Those are gonna hit, though. 3,000 damage, and I knocked his engines out. I sense torpedoes. Königsberg has 8-kilometer range, but I still sense the damn things. Wow. Well, he got fucked. Somebody got that Citadel shit. Shot him. Okay, Pensacola. Pensacola has no armor at all, so we're going to shoot at the Pensacola. You poor unfortunate man. There are the torpedoes. You see? I knew they were there. I didn't need hydroacoustic search to really spot them, but you know what? Better safe than sorry. That's not the fucking Pensacola. When did I start aiming at the Yord? What happened there? Honestly, yeah, that's honestly how I feel. It feels like, under most circumstances, most battleships are an extravagance. They seem like you're playing it to entertain yourself, not really to actually affect the game in any meaningful way. He's moving very slowly, so those probably are not going to hit. Well, some of them hit. 2 over-penetrations, but one really good hit. And he's dead. Did the Pensacola go to down to the bottom too? No, he moved. Where did he go? I guess I unspotted him. Oh, there's the Pensacola. With his side to me. Not aiming fast enough. You see, this, whatchamacallit, this aiming algorithm, or I suppose mimetic, that was suggested to me, is not exactly foolproof. As you saw there, I needed to aim, that guy was 5 seconds in front of me. Well, 5 seconds to me. And I needed to aim, in order to actually hit the center of the boat, I needed to actually aim quite a bit farther than 5 notches. So, I'm still just trying to figure out how to fuck to shoot in this game half the fucking time. But now he's slowed down, so this might actually get him. Come on, get in there. Nope. 2 in the front of the boat, and 1 right over the top. I hate that fucking spread pattern. I have a sense that there are torpedoes heading towards me. I shall move from this position. Still too far. Poke at planes, even though my AA is nothing really special. And that is a Scharnhorst. What am I doing? Alright, pretending that I'm actually able to actually engage half of the shit that's in this game. Scharnhorst is looking away. Can we nail the Pensacola though? He's retreating. He's turning. Moving slowly. I could get him. Eh? Duh? Nope. Here lies Fonto's hopes and dreams. I suppose this is why I like, well, I like playing carriers in this game. There's nothing really like that in, ow, Jesus fucking Christ. There's nothing really like that in World of Tanks. Because that's artillery with involvement. But everything else, I prefer World of Tanks in every other regard. Even though I'm just getting shot to shit by an entire line of boats. I'd like to leave the line of boats. I'd like to run away, but, well, this is just a Graf Spee getting me killed now. Okay, it seems like what I need to do here is basically just I suppose what I need to do now is essentially sit at the fringe of my range and get used to doing that, because there doesn't seem to be a point in actually moving in any closer. But the reason I move in closer is to actually guarantee a shot. But as you see by me being shot to pieces repeatedly, the detractors and risks of actually closing the distance are not outweighing the benefits of actually hitting the boats. Because I can't instantly kill the boats reliably. So there is actually no point in advancing. Another reason why there is no close-range combat. Even though, logically, there should be. These maps are laid out way too... These maps are laid out in such a way so that you would think that you would want to actually engage in close-quarter battles. However, in most ships, aside from destroyers, that's actually a terrible fucking idea. This is all my conjecture, of course. You know, all hour and a half of it right now. But still, I can't be the only one who doesn't see fucking issues with this game. Or at least issues with how this game is laid out versus the way that it's playing. I'd like to actually be able to, you know, fight for control points and do stuff and, you know, be a credit to my team, actually affect the battle, you know, in a meaningful way. However, it doesn't seem like anyone but destroyers can actually do that. And cruisers can sort of wiggle around in there, but this Graf Spee is not one of those cruisers. Now, I think what this ship is essentially it's banking incredibly heavily on getting citadels, which I don't seem to get consistently. It seems, though, I am entertained by this thought. I would try and use this. I would try and master this boat, and I will, because I like all-in strategies like that. Because there isn't a lot of all-in stuff in this game. That's a battleship at long range, though. I don't think those shells are really going to do anything. Yep, fucking nothing. Right off the fucking barbettes. In goes the high explosive. Okay, that's also a heavy unit, so I should probably use that. I would think the Graf Spee would benefit a lot from concealment. So that's probably what we're going to try and do. Because, being spotted and shot at seems to be the weakness of this boat. Which, goddamn, I hate that kind of gameplay in this sort of thing. I mean, it's not that I don't like stealth classes. As you saw with Deus Ex, if any of you were actually watching that, I'm terrible at stealth games. But it's just really fucking annoying. It's disappearing nonsense and being shot from nowhere is, not something I enjoy, like, perpetrating, and enjoy seeing in these games. And it's in all of Wargaming's games because their spotting mechanics work the fucking same way in every single fucking game. And for some reason that they have yet to actually figure out, almost all of those games then proceed to suddenly rely on vision control, mostly. Shooting things and not being seen. Case in point, destroyers. And honestly, it just feels cheap and not actually really fair in a lot of cases when it works out. Like, for example, if I could sit here and shoot at stuff from beyond visual fucking range, I'd get things done, but it just feels like I'm just sort of cheating. At least with, at least in this case, with, aircraft carriers, you can shoot down the fucking planes. Thanks, Bayern. Really. I'm happy. I'm just so fucking ecstatic right now. And I'm out of damage control parties already. What the fuck? Those are 2 battleships. Actually, 3 battleships at this point. Mexico got him. Okay, so what's fucking left? Alright, then I need to fucking reposition out of this mess because I can't fucking stand up to 3 New Mexicos. I have triple turrets, but they have bigger triple turrets. I'd like to go back and, try and sort of swipe that Kiev out from under there, but I can't do that. Because as soon as I go out there, I'll just get shot by New Mexicos. So, there goes that. So, I suppose the only thing I'm going to be able to do here is just shoot high explosive at everything. And also, this annoys me too with high explosive. Everybody knows high explosive is complete bullshit in a lot of cases, but a lot of this stuff, it's way too generally effective at everything. I know AP is considerably effective, but that's only in very, 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 very sort of really uncommon at a lot of points situations. Like, for example, battleship broadsides, but even then it depends on range and penetration, which we don't actually have accurate numbers for because Wargaming is trying to kill the skilled player one annoyingly hidden stat at a time. Which, I suppose, they have their hearts in the right place with trying to get people away from just, min-maxing the shit out of their games. However, they're doing it in entirely the wrong fucking way. He stopped moving entirely. Those are really fucking far off. Okay, so we have the destroyer in our sights. At least that came the fuck around. Well, that Graf Spee managed to actually get out there, but now he's getting shot to death. Let's see if we can actually nail this Kia before he does anything. Too slow. Actually, one of those might get. Yep, one of them. They're having a torpedo throwing contest over there, I suppose. Kiev is moving quite quickly. We're gonna get him, though. Oh, those are good. No kill, though. Avoided the torpedoes. Unsurprisingly, he's aiming torpedoes at me. I see them. I see the launchers being turned at me. I know. I will see them far long before they actually hit me, though. Hopefully I'll be able to wiggle out of the room anyway. And launch my own torpedoes! Because, ha-ha! Fuck you. It looks like there's a little notch here that we can actually fit through. Hang on here. I should probably be loading AP at this point. Okay. That actually worked. I'm actually really surprised. The only problem is New Mexico not looking at me. Okay, so now I'm just gonna try and avoid well, I can't really run from the New Mexico. I won't get away. So, now but the only thing here is trying to... I need to secure a torpedo strike. It needs to happen. I have to hit these torpedoes or I will not live. So 30 seconds on the other one, so I'm just gonna twist the boat around. Hopefully I won't get fucking Citadel. I think he realizes I am here, though. No? Wait. No, he doesn't. He doesn't. He doesn't. No, wait, no. The guns are turning slowly in my direction. He knows. He knows now. One of those is gonna hit him now. Oh, I survived. You... Actually, no. He's got another battery behind him. Hopefully I'll get so close that he overpenetrates. I could probably load HE as well. Oh. Oh, you fucked up, New Mexico. You just fucking... You had one job. Kill the Graf. Wow. Okay, that was absolutely not in any way responsible for my own competence. That guy just dropped the ball through right through the floorboards. Though I got Dreadnought somehow, though. That's actually fairly entertaining. That gives me more of those wonderful flags that I need to keep the repair party going. What did we get? Oh, we got that. Very nice. We actually managed to make enough money to get that. Okay, let's get some more skills here before we, more of the pins and more of the tasks. Now that I sit here completely... I'm sit here complaining loudly enough, the game decides to actually throw me a fucking bone. So that's maybe what I should do. I should just sail around complaining, and then I will be the great complainer. The louder the captain complains, the more likely we are to win. The shittier mood that he is in, the more likely our victory. Haha! I figured it out! Not really. Okay, so, I suppose we'll take that. Again, just in case we manage to get that, and then, we'll actually have that way before Task 1 is actually completed. So, if we actually manage to get another good game like that, we'll actually have our first task done. That'll be something. All these wonderful flags and paint. Wait, what did we get for these? Oh, task 5. Oh, that's nice. You give me 15 of those? Jesus. Okay, so what do we got here? We got... Yeah, there's really nothing we can really take for the second tier skill. So, we'll just wait on that skill point, even though we're not probably... Well, right after we get finished with this, we're going to have fucking 10 skill points. Okay, a tier 8 game. Wow, that's even worse in terms of matchmaking, but I guess we'll just sail around like we've been doing, incredibly passively. Passive-aggressively, honestly. We're sailing around doing nothing and shooting HE at people, but meanwhile in the crow's nest, the captain's screaming his fucking head off about every single little thing in the world. Welcome to captaining the Graf Spee, the most passive-aggressive boat in the world.
Die Schlacht beginnt.
Okay, so, we're just gonna go to the center, and maybe we can kind of catch one of the cruisers as they sort of move out. But yeah, you see this. Look at this map. You know, from a first-person shooter perspective, or from a general map design perspective, you would expect that, you know, as a player, initially, your chances are, oh, I'm gonna go, like, through the center, or, you know, something like that. In any other ship other than a destroyer, you'd be dead wrong and you'd be dead inside of 5 seconds. But, you see, the entire map is almost... the entire map, all of the maps are islands, except for one. So this should probably tell you a thing or two about the game's design. And they're all really congested like this. I have to ask why, because the only class that really actually makes use of advancing cover like this is destroyers. Because torpedoes, and made of glass. All of the other ships are actually just... Aside from breaking line of sight to stop the barrage, the consistent barrage of, you know, high explosive fire, are absolutely, you know, they're absolutely opposed to taking cover or going through tightly confined areas because you'll fucking die immediately. That is in Atlanta, but he's moving slowly, so we might be able to get him. Only 3,000. Only one actually pinned. Everything else kind of bounced. Oh, oh. That is the Battleship Princess shooting at us. I don't want to go in there and get torpedoed by a fucking Atlanta. That's not what I really want to do here. But the Atlanta is actually moving away and has broken line of sight. So we may actually... that's in North Carolina. That's in North Carolina, and we are literally the only thing he can see. Well, aside from that battleship way over there. So hopefully we can actually get through here without getting shot. I think we might be. If we do, we're actually in a pretty good position. But hopefully, the North Carolina doesn't fucking notice us. I think he's noticed us. The turrets are turning this way. Ah, god damn it. Alright, well, we gotta get moving then. I'm still detected. You see? You motherfucker. That's why I turned that on. Son of a bitch. I knew there was gonna be fucking torpedoes here. Though the fact that I can spot torpedoes through a fucking island is a little bit much, don't you think? Alright, Atlanta. Let's go. He's gonna launch torpedoes at me again. So, I've got to kill him, basically, immediately. Citadel, he's not fucking dead! Launch! Yeah, now I'm dead. I want to fight like that, and I want to live, but you can't. And now he's giggling to himself, but that's a tier 7 ship, I'm a tier 6 ship, and I'm less meta than him. So, actually, he came off the losing party in that entire engagement. Now everyone's calling me silly. Silly for what? Wanting to actually live and fight in, you know, some sort of heroics? Not wanting to sit in the map, sitting in the back of the map and uselessly pelt high explosive off of ships far bigger than mine? Whittling them down with bullshit HE fire mechanics? Silly for wanting to actually... Silly for managing to get some sort of random fucking torpedo strike off of something back there. I hit the Farragut. He's AFK though. But, as I was saying, silly for wanting to goddamn try! I think not. I think this entire fucking game is silly under most circumstances. That Farragut is leading a target that's standing still. I think he's got it now. I think he's realized that it's standing still. Yeah, yeah, that's... I shouldn't have gotten that. That's dumb. But, oh well. I killed 2 ships. Yay. I wanted to go fucking do something important, but you can't. I feel like I'm wasting time. That's what it feels like. I'm sitting there wasting goddamn time. Or at least it feels like it when I just sit there and sort of just go around in a fucking circle repeatedly. I know the game is a much slower game, but really it just fucking frustrates me to no end that I have to sit there and wait in these ships that are fucking stuffed to the brim with all of this bristling firepower, and you can't use it. There's something wrong with this game, and there's something wrong with how this entire game is actually laid the fuck out. I want to be aggressive. I want to be able to actually say, you know what, I'm gonna actually fight this one guy right here, right now, in this fucking point. Can't do it. There's too much shit to actually get you... There's far too much shit to actually instantly fucking kill you and stop you from doing that to stop you from happening. And... so everybody just sort of sits here. Just shooting high explosive shells at each other, and launching torpedoes at each other. At an incredible distance. Fully in the hands of RNG. No individual player able to actually break out of this massive fucking deadlock unless the dice say so. So I have to wonder, what is the point of this game? What is the point of actually succeeding in World of Warships? It's almost never under your own power. You are always working with a situation that is accidentally handed to you. There's no way for you to actually, from the outset, affect the situation in a way to turn it towards your team. There's no actual fight to do that. Everybody just kind of... It's like both armies just sort of walk through a minefield, and then whatever's left on the table plays. No matter what kind of lopsided engagement that will be, and there will always be a lopsided engagement. So, really, I have to... where is the team component here? Or I suppose it is an entirely team-based thing, but where is the... There still needs to be some singular thing in these kinds of games for the individual to strive for. But there doesn't seem to be one. I'm sorry if I'm getting a little bit ludicrously philosophical, and I know probably someone's gonna call me immediately wrong. They always fucking do. But, quite honestly, it just seems like there's really nothing here for an individual. You're just kind of filling a space. I mean... as an individual, if you like seeing boats shoot at each other, these are very nice looking boats, and this is kind of the only game that we have that does this. But I kind of have to sit and wonder, aside from just visual noise, in terms of, like, actual feedback as an individual player, what is there? I don't see a whole lot, and anytime you try to take the stand on your own, you just get shot.
Unser Team hat die Führung übernommen.
I think this game needs more work than World of Tanks, to be honest. World of Tanks has the sandbox. That game is actually improving, and it honestly, goddamn, bless that. But honestly, I think this game needs actually far more work. It can be a different game. That's perfectly fine. But honestly, this game in itself is incredibly frustrating to me. And the reward for success isn't really all that much. I mean, this is why you don't really see me playing it all that much, aside from to win, well, win things like the Graf Spee. Special things, special snowflake things, rare things. And the Imperator Nikolai. But even, honestly, I played the Imperator Nikolai a little bit more after I finished the video. Yeah, it's fun and it's fucking broken, but it's still confined by the same kind of bullshit laws that confined every other ship in every other tier in every other part of this game. So I'm honestly asked, now that I have achieved the Imperator Nikolai, and I have the Graf Spee, I now have to ask myself, what the fuck is there left for me to play in this game? Or what left for me to strive for, I suppose. The match is over, it doesn't really matter to me. No, we got 4 kills. Okay. So I suppose I'll complete this. We'll complete this stretch of the game, and I'll just probably stop. I have the 10-point captain, but I'm not sure if there's actually much. There really isn't much to work for here, honestly.